Hi, I'm John, the Twisted Cuber. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the orb. Before you get started, I hope you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Let's begin. The orb was made by Parker Brothers in 1982. They were later acquired by Hasbro, and in 2024, they re-released the puzzle as the Atomix. Both puzzles are mechanically identical and solve exactly the same way. Okay, let's scramble this up. Alright, the puzzle is now scrambled. When solved, the colors on the orb should be in this order from top to bottom. Blue, red, yellow, and green. This was the combination of the colors out of the box, but you can definitely arrange them differently if you want to. These two rings here are the top and bottom polar rings. These two here are the top and bottom equator rings or middle rings. And these here are the left and the right hemispheres or left and right faces, however way you wish to do it. Now when you're moving the puzzle, when you turn it one click like this, you have one continuous ring that moves everything at the same time. When you do two clicks, you have two independent sets of beads, or rows of beads, like this. And these curves here that you're seeing are actually the polar rings. And you need to have the beads clear of the line here in order to move this around. And when you do 4 clicks, you are effectively doing what's the equivalent of an R2, or it's also going to be a slice move in terms of how we're doing it in terms of the solve. We will start with getting all of the green and blue beads out of the polar rings and into the equatorial or middle rings. First, we'll start by placing as many of the green and blue beads onto the right side here of each of these rings. And we have them out like so. And then from here we're going to do a R2 move like so. And from here what we're going to do is we're going to try to get as many of these out as possible. And right now we're able to get 3 of the 4 on that side. And we'll check on the bottom because you can basically clear them all on the bottom and you end up having some here on the top. Now let's take a look at the other one here. This one is clear and this one's also clear. So this one we're good. We're just going to close this back up and we're going to take a look here. We have one here. I'm going to try to move these around a little bit in terms of these middle rings, which are currently jamming at the moment. There we go. To try to allow us to be able to get that ring out. Okay, so just get these clear. Like I said, you need to get them clear of this line. Otherwise it's not going to be able to move. Okay, so you have this one here, and right there, based on what I'm seeing, I'm not going to be able to get that out, so let's close that back up and try to move these around again. Try this again, and I think, no, I'm not going to be able to get that out. So basically, try to do one more time here. Try now. Okay, so now we're able to get this clear. And let's check the bottom. That's clear. So bring that back up like this. Close those rings out. That's clear, and that's clear. And we have all of our green and blue beads into the middle rings. Here we have our top ring here, and we have a couple of beads here. And we have a couple of beads still in here. So we're going to bring them to the right. We already have these here. Bring these to the right. And we're going to be able to get one or the other in for this. So I'm just going to grab this one here. And we'll clear that like so. And bring that up like so. And we'll take a look here. And I can get one of these out, but I cannot get both out in terms of this one. Check down below. This one is good. So now we're going to check this one here. This half is good. And we have one out of here so far, and I think I can get this one out. So this part is clear. Let's turn that over, and we have brought another one in here. So let me try to bring this over like so, and I'm not going to be able to get... Okay, I got that one out. Swing it over to the other side, and I still have one here, so I'm going to close these up. So we've got one left here, and this one here is clear. So when that happens, and it can happen when you're doing the solve, just leave this one alone. Just going to leave it here, and in the next step we will be able to get that out. Next we'll match up the blue and green beads into the top middle ring. And we're going to be doing a set of 8 beads to start, 4 blue and 4 green. And we're going to be doing here is going to be starting with green, and we have a green right here. We're going to just bring this to the left of this slice line, and we're going to be doing is looking for another green, and we have a couple here. So we're going to be doing at this point is going to be bringing these over to the right of this slice line, and we're going to do a slice move. We're going to bring this over, so we have the green here, undo that slice move, and we have our first 3 green beads done. So let's look for another one. And those are blue, and those are also blue. So I think all the greens are out of this ring here. So I'm just going to just simply do a slice move and see if there's any greens now, and there are. So we have the green here. I'm going to do a slice move, get that out of the way, bring these back, and we have our first 4 green beads. So next what we're going to be doing is going to be now lining up 4 blue beads next to the green. So we have a blue bead here, and we're going to take a look here because we want to make sure we don't bring these past this line, because otherwise you're going to mess up your progress. So we're going to get this out of the way with a slice move. Going to bring this back, do another slice move, and we have our first blue bead. And we're going to move that to the left of the slice line, and let's look at the puzzle, and yes, we have the rest of our beads there, so that won't be a problem. So we're just going to bring this over like so. Take a look, make sure it's not going past this line. It's not. Get this out of the way with the slice move, bring these back, do the slice move again, and we have our first pair done. And we have these 2 here, so we're just going to bring this over like so. And again, we'll just do a quick check, and we're not going over the line. That's good. Get those out of the way with a slice move, bring this back, do the slice move again, and we have our first 4 beads done. And we're going to simply be moving these over to the left like so, and we're going to turn the puzzle over, and we're now going to do our next set of 8 beads, but we're going to be doing it in reverse order this time. So we're going to be starting with the blue instead of the green, and we have a blue right here. Let's take a look, and it looks like it's going to be trying to see the best way to do this. I might actually use the other blue bead because I think that'll be a little more convenient. And then I can just simply move this over like so, and just again make sure we have this to the right of the slice line here. This is not going over on the other line, so we're good. Do our slice move, bring this over, bring this back. We have our first 2 blue beads lined up, and that might be all there. So just move this over to the left and bring this over. So we have this stuff to work with here. And let's see, we have a blue there, and let's move this over as far as we can. The blue's there. That's not going over the slice line, so that's good. Let's double checking. Bring that over. Bring this back to the left of the slice line. Bring that back. We have our first 3 done. So I'm going to take a quick look underneath, and we have, I believe both of the beads that we have up here are green, which is fine. So we just have to find our last blue, and I'm not seeing them there, so let's bring this over and see if we have it there, which I'm not seeing it. So that's definitely green, and that's definitely green. So we've got to see, I'm guessing it's going to be underneath here, and it's this one right here. So we just bring this over, because that's not part of the 8 that we did, so that's why we're missing that. So I'm just going to just move these over, and I'm just going to bring that up. Bring that back and see what we have, and that's right there. So we're just going to bring this over as far as we can so we're not messing up that line here. We brought the bead to there, so that's good. Move these back. Do that slice move again, and we will continue moving the blue bead over to here, like so. Get that out of the way. Bring this over like this, and we have our 4 blue beads done. Now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to try to get these green beads out of there, so this way we can have those available for when I'm doing the next set of beads. So I'm just going to move these over a little bit, and I'm going to do the R2, and I can definitely get these out. I just want to take a look down below, and I think I can get that out. I may have to adjust the rings a little bit to do that. Just going to see, nope, can't do it that way, so I've got to go this way. Okay, so that one is cleared. Turn this over, and we would lose 2 of those beads there, so that's not going to work. So let me just get that back in there. And okay, that's clear. Let's close that out for the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my completed set to the left and try this again. And we have our green again, and I think I can get that one out. And I think I can get that one out. Let's see. All right, I think we're good. Let's close this back up. And that's clear. That's clear. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check, make sure my rings didn't hit my beads did not get messed up. So we're going to take a look. We have our 8 here, so those are good. Get those back down. And I'm going to check on my the blue beads that I started, and they are over here. So let's just get those up. Make sure these aren't going to get messed up. Those are clear to the line. That's good. Okay, so here we go. We have our blue beads back, and these are all set. So let us continue and put in the green beads. We have a green right here. So just bring this over like this. Do our slice move. Move that over. Bring it back, and we have our first green done. And we have another green over there. So again, I have to make sure we're not going over. And we're good. Get that out of the way. Bring this back. And we have our first 2 of the second set done. So we're going to move that over here. And there's no more here. So I just have to rotate this face. And we should have the other 2 floating around. We have one here, it's on the other end, and then we have this one here. So I'm just going to move this over like this just to get those out. There we go, just bring those back. Okay, and now we're going to start moving these. And again, don't want to go past this line because you don't want to mess up what you've done. Move that out of the way, bring this back. Oops, went one over. There we go. And now we have 3 of our 4. And we have the other one here. So just move this over to the right of the line. Make sure that's not going over. It is not. Bring that over. And now we have our second set of green and blue beads done. Now we move all of the blue and green beads into their corresponding polar rings. Turn the puzzle back over, and what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be rotating this ring. So you have again the green on the left and the blue on the right. And the reason you want to do that is because the blue beads here are going to be going into the right portion of the top polar ring. Excuse me. So we have that there. And if by some chance you have finished this and you're working on it and you find that they're actually reversed, that you have it where you have blue here and green there, that's backwards for what you're trying to do. If you're doing it the other way, it doesn't matter, but if you're doing it where you're having the blue on top, you want to have the blue here. So all I need to do there is just simply bring these back to the left, turn the puzzle over, and you'll be all set. So back to what we were doing is bring these over to the, so you have green on the left of the slice line and blue on the right. And what you can do is you're going to take the other set, bring it over. So you're doing the same thing, except that it's going to be on the back, like so. So you have the front, you have the one on the front here, you have the one on the back there. Now you're going to do a R2, like so, and you're going to move these beads here. So they're now in the curve. You're going to turn it over and you should have green on the bottom on this one. That's good. And you're going to be doing the same here. We're going to be moving the green in, like so. And on the other side, you're going to have the blue. And so from here, you're going to do an R2 prime. And you now have the blue beads in the top ring and you have the green beads in the bottom ring. Next, you're going to be matching up the red and yellow beads and then placing them in their corresponding rings. We're going to be using the exact same method we just used to place the blue and the green beads. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting with matching up just the first set of red beads. Now, I didn't mention it earlier, but in terms of the polar rings, they have 8 beads in them. In the middle rings, you have 20. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting doing it by matching up the first set of 10 red beads. And as I said, you're going to be using the same method we used before. So we're just going to be matching this up like this. Bring this over so it's to the right of the slice line. This is to the left. Do a slice move. And bring this back. Undo the slice move. And you have the first 3. And as you saw, there was a bunch of them bunched up on the other side when I did the slice move. So I'm simply going to bring that over. And I'm going to do the same thing. So this way it gives a few extra. Save a step here. Move this back. Do slice move again. And now we have 6 of the first 10. And I'm just double checking my count. That's correct. So we're going to move this over and place it where we have this bead to the right of the slice line. Do our slice move. Bring that over like so. And bring it back. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 3 more to go. And we're going to move this over like so. And as we're starting to get closer to the 10 mark, we need to kind of keep an eye on where these are so they don't go over the slice line here. Bring that over. Move that back. Bring that over again. And now we have, I believe, 8 done. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes. So we have 2 more to go. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to bring these 2 over. And again, we're going to check. We're good here. We're just shy of the slice line, so that's what we want. Bring these over. Bring this back and bring these like so. Move these 2 over and you have your first 10 done. So these here, the ones that are here, the ones that are here are going to be used on the next set of 10. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to turn the puzzle over so we can protect these and they don't get impacted. And we're going to be doing our next set of 10. And we already have a few bunched up here. We have our first 4 and we're just going to move these over like so. And I'm just simply going to see what we have. I was going to bring this over like so, and we have a couple more here. So we have 2, 4, and we have our 6 here. So just going to move those over, and I have one that's way over here and one's way over here. So we're just going to move this down so we don't go past our slice line here, and that moves us over to here. Do our slice move like so, and bring these over. And if this process looks a little familiar, it is. We use the same method when we were doing the top and bottom poles of the Master Ball and the first layer of the Rubik's UFO. Okay, so we have this back here, and we're going to be moving it to here because as far as we can go. So we're going to have to do this probably one more time. Bring this over, bring that back, and we have our piece almost in position. Just double check, we're good. Get that out of the way, bring that over, bring that back, and we have 9 of the 10. So at this point, we're going to be probably just moving this 1 or 2 at a time because of where we are now. And what I mean by that is just like we only have a couple spaces we can move without putting this over the line. So bring that over, and we're good there. Do the slice move, bring this over, and bring that back. And now we have our second set of red beads completed, and you'll also notice that the yellow beads are also matched up. Now turn the puzzle over so the blue polar ring is on top, and also make sure that these are still as they were at the end of our last step. Then what you're going to do is you're going to check the top ring. And you're going to have one of two cases. And in this case, the polar ring is solved. So what you're going to do here is you're going to do a slice move, like so. And this is going to be messed up, but that's okay. We'll be fixing that in a minute. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move these rings, this ring here, so you have red on the top left and bottom right, and the yellow's on the top right and bottom left. Form another slice move, and the puzzle is solved. Now in this case, you'll see that the top polar ring, you have blue on the left, green on the right, and vice versa on the bottom. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move the bottom ring. So you have, again, you have the red on the top left, bottom right, and the yellow on the top right and bottom left. And from there, all you're going to do is a slice move, and the puzzle is now solved. And there you have it, a tutorial on how to solve the orb. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Until next time, have a great day.